Hello guys and welcome to freeCodeCamp. Free Code Spoken. Oh, sorry about that. So I'll start again. Hello guys, welcome to Spoken Essays, and we're learning HTML and CSS using freeCodeCamp. And so far we have finished so many courses so far. Well, in responsive web design we have been doing so many projects, and out of these projects now we have reached a project called learn intermediate CSS by building a Picasso painting. So without wasting any more time, let me go and I'll share my screen with you, and we'll start building a new Picasso painting using CSS and HTML. There is some next level stuff. So let's go. You can see my screen here. Let me refresh the page just a second. So Command R is the shortcut key to refresh the page, and it's showing me the preview. Yep, okay, so we're live. Great. So here's a preview of what you will build. Just like at the beginning of every project, we see the previews. So we can see a lot of shapes. So in the background we have two different shapes, and then we have this triangle looking structure. Then we have these spots, random spots. They look random, so but they may have been put there. Oh my god, look at that. And we have these icons. Is that an icon? I think it's probably text, maybe not text. Oh, maybe it is text, maybe it is not text. Let us see. Oh my god, this is a complicated painting. Let's see how we will work. So it looks like a house, maybe it's not a house. That is a guitar. Wow, just wow, man. How many layers will we use to build this? I think we're going to use that z property too. But moving on, let's begin with step 1. It's probably adding the declaration, and it says only doc type, but we also have to mention doc type HTML, of course. So let's see. So we'll set up the HTML structure first. So HTML, doc type HTML. Then in the HTML element, the opening HTML element, we will of course mention the language attribute with English inside, and we'll put a closing HTML tag. So closing HTML tag has been entered. Now what we'll do is we'll put a head, and so head and a body. Wow, it sure is hot today. And we'll also put a body element, and that's it. And after that we'll probably add the meta elements. Before we finish the next step, before we go to the next step, let us check how many courses we are supposed to do. Oh my god, it says 89 steps. So 89 steps. Buckle up guys for a good ride, and let us start the project. So we're going to learn. Okay, great. Let me refresh the page really quickly so that it reflects that we have in fact finished the first step. Okay, start project. No problem, I can put the declaration. So I didn't go to the next step, but it saved my text. That is very nice of it. And let's submit and go to the next step. So what does the next step say? So within your head element, of course, we will add a meta char set and a title element. Notice guys that it doesn't mention the device with element so far, but let's see. So meta char set equals UTF-8. If it's in all caps, all the better, but doesn't matter. Meta is a self-closing element, so we don't need to put a closing element after meta. Now we'll also add a title element. Inside the title we'll write Picasso painting, and we'll close the tag. Nope, title, yeah, okay. the literal spelling, yeah. Well, yeah, the way I pronounce it. Okay, so we've added these. Let's go to the next step. Remember guys, 89 steps. Don't worry, do not get scared. All the steps are mentioned. Anything that we get worried about, we don't really need to. It's all going to be done with me. So let's go to the third step. What does it say? So go ahead and link your CSS file now. So we'll use the link element and we'll write the relationship as style sheet. So many typos, I will have to decrease the level of my typos. So relation is style ship, the relationship, and we'll of course add the hypertext reference that is styles.css, and I'll close it. This is also a self-closing tag, so we don't need to put the closing tag. And what else are we supposed to do? So I added the plus sign, sorry about that. Instead of this we have to put the equal sign, and we can go to the next step. And this appears every time we open the website because it knows. Now Font Awesome is a library of SVG powered icons, scalable vector graphics, if you haven't noticed. Scalable vector graphics powered icons, many of which are freely available to use. Nice. You will be using some of these icons in this project, so you will need a link. I think we saw a musical note icon. We saw that musical note icon. So I think we're going to use that element. Let's see. So this is probably a font for CSS. As you can read this, use.fontawesome.com releases version 5.8.2 CSS all.css. Great. So we'll also add a link element again, and we'll mention the relationship as style sheet, and we'll add the href hypertext reference attribute, and we'll paste this link, and it is a self-closing element, so we don't need to do anything else. That is done, and I think we're going to use the fonts mentioned in this link. You know what, I'm going to visit this link here, and I can see it's a bunch of gibberish that we can't understand, but it's probably for the HTML or the browser to understand. We can see on top here that it has an MIT license here, Font Awesome free, fontawesome.com license, and it says license free, icons CC by 4.0. We came across CC in a few live videos before. That is Creative Commons, and this is the 4.0 license. Don't you guys worry, you can find that out for yourselves too. You can just simply Google search CC by 4.0 and it will give you the results. Attribution by international, this is a human readable summary. Anyway, so Creative Commons, we have mentioned these Creative Commons before. Moving on, I'll close these tags so we don't need to open them right now, and let's go to the next step. Step 5. To get your painting started, give your body element a background color. So now we are in styles.css file, and in this we will give the body element the background color BACKGROUND -COLOR : and we'll use the RGB function this time, not the RGBA, not the HSL anything, or the hex code. We're going to use RGB, and we have this brownish color that is the background. Great. Now we'll use within your body tag, add a div element. So we're diving right in. I think it's going to be a lot more it's going to get a lot more complicated after the 10th step, hopefully. And let's begin. So now we're back to index.html file, and I'll write div copy kar diya, div paste kar diya. We've closed the tag, and we'll give it an ID of, so I'll write ID equals, so IDs also work with CSS files. We use the hash symbol, and let's say, so what is the ID? So it says back -wall. So this is the back wall, and we'll style the back wall using CSS. So we have added the div. Now we go to the 7th step, use an ID selector. So ID selector के लिए हमारे पास icon है, just like I mentioned a few minutes ago. We'll use hash, and I'll write back wall. So back -wall, nothing else to write, and I'll put the curly brackets, and I'll write background -color : and hash 8b4513. So 8b4513 semicolon, and we can see there's no difference yet. Interesting. Why is there no difference? Let's find out. So BACKGROUND color. Yep, and we're good to go. The color of this and the color of this is different. It's probably because of I think it's because of the body, but let's find out. Okay, interesting. So now we'll give the back wall. So we are still inside the back wall element, the selector, the ID selector, and inside this ID selector we will now mention the width. So what will I do? So I'll write width 100%. There's no difference in the preview yet, and I will give it a height of 60%, semicolon, and now we can see it. Before we couldn't. Yep, nicely done. And we can go to the next step. Now we're in step 9. In the 9th step we have a big piece of information, so let's read this first before we touch the keyboard. So typically HTML is rendered in a top-down manner, top to down, top-down manner. Elements at the top of the code are positioned at the top of the page. Yes, we do that. However, many times you may want to move the elements to different positions. You can do this with the position property. So I think using CSS, it's possible that even if in HTML you wrote the code in the beginning, but it is possible to move that using the position property. Okay, now set the position property. Oh my god, I'm sweating so much. Okay, that must be the lot of, okay, anyway, yeah, there's a lot of sweat anyway. Yeah, it's because there's generally a lot of heat. Don't worry about that. So we were at step 9. We can do this with the position property. Yes, it is possible. Now for the back wall, are we in back wall? We are still in back wall. You can see if I scroll down, you can see the closing curly bracket. So we are still inside back wall, and I'll press tab. There seems to be a lot of sound coming. Give me a second, guys. I'll close the window so you guys can have a peaceful experience. Great, I'm back, and let's continue. So where were we? So set the position property for the back wall. So back wall to hey and the earphones are tangled. Okay, so what does this say? You can do this with the position property. Yep. Okay, so we'll mention the position property to absolute, semicolon, of course. What else does it say? An absolute position takes the element out of the top-down document flow and allows you to adjust it relative to its container. That is good. So जब हमने absolute value दबा दी, so we can move it anywhere we like, relative to its container. When an element is manually positioned, you can shift its layout with top, left, right, and bottom. Yes. Set the back wall element to have a top value of 0 and left value of 0. So what will that do? Will it be on top and will it be 0? Oh, so we'll be able to see it in a split screen view, I believe. So this will probably come on top, and on the left side will also move. So I understand what's going to happen, and let's see whether I'm right. So we won't be able to see this anymore. The color, this entire container, entire box will move to here. We can also call it a div. So div को अभी हम move करेंगे. So we'll write top and I'll write 0. Top से 0, it moved up, and left. We came across this value before in the quiz, in the HTML CSS quiz, and we're using this again here, and you can see that it moved to the left. So even if I change the position, this div is now 100%. It has 100% width and 60% height, so it will cover 60% of the page. Great. Let's see. I can also open it in a new tab, and you guys can see for yourselves that this div, what I would call this div, is now covering the 60% of the page. Yep. Now we move to the next part. Next step, what does it say? So when an element is binary positioned, yeah, I think that's it. Nice. Okay, I can close this preview and I can move it back here so that we know what we're doing. We don't have to switch between two tabs so often. Now we go to step 10. Nice. So I understood Z index was going to appear somewhere in here. So Z index is what we're going to use to place objects. We're going to create layers. Place objects, we're going to create layers. So layers are very important. Layers use करके ही हम अलग अलग चीज़ों के साथ manipulate करके use कर सकते हैं. Layers are very important. So let's see what we can do. The Z index property is used to create layers for your HTML elements. If you're familiar with image editing tools, you may have worked with layers before. Yes guys, अगर आपने Photoshop use किया है, आपने let's not, so if you have manipulated images, if you have manipulated videos, if you are a video editor, then you would know हम लोग किसकी बात कर रहे हैं. Those who don't have an experience with layers, don't worry. आपने layers देखे ही हैं. Imagine, what can you imagine? So onion के भी layers होते हैं. So well, onion is round, but this thing has different layers. What other things has layers that people with no experience about pictures and images can experience? So you can also think of a wall as a layer. अभी wall की कोई transparency नहीं है, but you can think of it as a layer. और उसके पीछे जो भी objects है, they will be a part of the second layer, they will be below the layer. So another example I can give you is we use layers with OBS. So you can see that in here, this is where my video ends, but you can see जैसे मैं मेरा हाथ डालता हूँ, if I move my hand, you can see the screen. So my layer, the layer of the camera, is on top of the screen that I'm sharing. And you can also see these overlays. So these overlays जो आपको दिख रहा है हमारा spokenessays 99@gmail.com. You can see our PayPal, and don't forget to if you are avid fans, so well, if you are interested, you can also support us on Patreon or UPI. We're available everywhere. And you can see that ये spoken essays वाला जो lower thirds है, which we covered in live videos a few days before, तो जो वो है वो इसके ऊपर है. That's on top of this, what do you call this moving, this horizontal text. So जो horizontal scroll text चल रहा है उसके ऊपर ये lower third चल रहा है. So these are all layers, और हम layers के ऊपर रख के काम करेंगे. So to work with layers in HTML and CSS, we use Z-index. Okay. So what does this say? This is a similar concept. Elements with a higher Z index value will appear to be layered on top of elements with a lower Z index value. Make sense? So जिसकी वैल्यू ज़्यादा वो सबसे टॉप में दिखेगा, जिसकी वैल्यू कम वो नीचे दिखेगा. तो किसी की वैल्यू मैंने 999 रख दी तो वो हमेशा टॉप में रहेगा. कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट अगर उसकी वैल्यू अनलेस Z इंडेक्स की वैल्यू 1000 है, अगर मतलब 999 से ऊपर है तभी वो ऑब्जेक्ट उसके ऊपर दिखेगा. अदरवाइज इट विल बी बिलो all the time. Any other objects will be below that 999. And I think we came across Z-index 999 a few times ago, maybe a few tutorials ago, maybe in the previous tutorial or the one before that. But in any case, so I think आपको थोड़ा आइडिया आ रहा है लेयर्स क्या होते हैं. बट हम लोग HTML के साथ और खेलेंगे तो और समझ आएगा कि लेयर्स होते क्या हैं और कैसे हम उनको मैनिपुलेट करते हैं HTML पे. So HTML में, so lower index value, this can be combined with the positioning in the previous lesson. Yes, so we did do the positioning in the previous lesson. हाँ मतलब या पिछले लेसन में हमने यूनिक इफेक्ट्स डाल के Z index का यूज़ किया था, Z index. Now since the backwall element will need to appear behind the other elements, you will be creating behind the other elements. You give the backwall element a Z index of -1. तो जैसे हम लोग -1 रखेंगे तो ये सबसे नीचे रहेगा, उसके ऊपर हम जो भी रखेंगे वो जिसकी भी वैल्यू हम लोग +1 रखेंगे या 0 रखेंगे वो उसके ऊपर दिखेगा. सो नंबर लाइन्स आर ऑल्सो, यू कैन ऑल्सो थिंक ऑफ इट एज अ नंबर लाइन कि ये नीचे दिखेगा सबसे नीचे. इफ़ यू थिंक -1 सबसे नीचे, फिर उसके ऊपर हम लोग कुछ गिटार का इमेज रखते हैं तो ऊपर दिखेगा. फिर गिटार के ऊपर हम म्यूज़िकल नोट्स रखते हैं, सो देन दैट विल बी ऑन टॉप. एंड हम लोग इसकी वैल्यूज़ रख सकते हैं. सो सबसे नीचे उसको -1 रख सकते हैं फॉर एग्जांपल. देन उसके ऊपर जो भी है उसकी वैल्यू उससे एक तो ऊपर ही होगी. सो इट कुड बी 0, इट कुड बी 1. देन उसके ऊपर 2, 3 एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. एनीवे, क्या करने वाले, सो बैक वॉल एलिमेंट विल नीड टू अपीयर बिहाइंड द अदर एलिमेंट्स. तो ये जो बैक वॉल एलिमेंट है, डिव जो हमने बनाया, वो हमेशा पीछे दिखने वाला है बिकॉज इट्स ए वॉल के ऊपर हम पेंटिंग करने वाले. इफ़ यू थिंक अबाउट इट, सो आई चेक वेदर वी आर इन बैक वॉल. वी आर इन द बैक वॉल एलिमेंट. अभी हम वही एलिमेंट सिलेक्टर में हैं. सो आई राइट z hyphen index and colon, and I'll write -1 semicolon. You can see there's no change here, but ध्यान रखिए guys, slowly you will see the change. Let me change my top chat to live chat and let me see if we have any comments. Nope, nothing yet, but thank you so much the 2 concurrent viewers for viewing this video, and I hope you guys like this video. Great. So हमने डाल दिया z index 1 -1 and let's go. Below your back wall element, so below your back wall element create a div class. Sorry, not below, I mean when I think of layers, so I confused it with layers. We're back to index.html file and it says below your back wall element. So this is that back wall element. इसके नीचे हम बनाएंगे div with a class characters. So characters, I see. So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with this project. So हमने div बना दिया है with characters. This is where you will be creating your paintings characters. Make sense? Let's go. अभी हम index में जाएंगे. I think inside the dot characters element. Dot characters, why ये सब variations क्यों दिखा रहे हैं, so that you get familiar with CSS and HTML. So dot characters हम styles में यूज़ करते हैं as a type selector, तो वो confuse ना होते रहे, या फिर अगर हम confuse हो जाए फिर भी हमें clear रहेगा, so that we know how things are referred to. So inside the characters element create another div. So I'll place the cursor here and I'll create another div and it will have an ID of white character. Okay, so we'll give it a go. So div and ID equals in double quotes of white hyphen character semicolon. Oh, there's no semicolon because this is HTML, and we'll close the div and we can go to the next step. Don't worry guys, it's all there. Now create 4 div elements. So I'll press tab, tab and tab. Now we're in line with this. So inside your off-white character, so हम इसके अंदर बनाने वाले. So I think we're going to nest it. So I'll press tab again. So hierarchy हमें दिखती रहे. That is the sound of a door. Don't worry guys, nothing's happening. Now we'll create 4 div elements. So what I can do is I can copy this. Yeah, that's the door uploading. Thank you door. मैं कहाँ पे, यहाँ पे हूँ. Okay, and I'll paste it. Oh, I don't need it to be that much. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. And we'll give these 4 IDs the following values. So I'll give this white hat, white hyphen hat, not white hat, not one word. I'll copy this. हम लोग 4 बनाने वाले हैं div. So 4. Now this will become black mask. And then this one will become a gray instrument, and this will become a tan table. Can I use the letter T? Yep, you can. So tan hyphen table. Great work. Now we have put 4 div elements with these values as the ID. Now we go to step 14. I'll scroll up a little bit so you guys can see clearly what I'm doing, and let me lower the brightness of my laptop so yeah, it doesn't keep using the energy. Anyway, this character needs eyes. Which character needs eyes? This character, what we have created with the class characters. So I'm sorry, this off-white character. So we're going to create an off-white character. इसको आंखें चाहिए, तो 2 और div elements बनाएंगे यहाँ पे. So div, I've already copied that. So what I'll do is I'll press paste and क्या करेंगे, create 2 div elements in the black mask element. अच्छा, तुम लोग black mask के अंदर इसको nest करने वाले. So I think the placing is correct then. Spacing. And what will we do? Give them 3 classes. Give them the classes. अच्छा, तो ID की जगह हम लोग class use करने वाले हैं. So I'll write eyes left, eyes space left, and for the second div we will write eyes right. So हम लोग left और right को edit करेंगे in the styles file. Now I'll change this to class. Now I can copy this text. Left की जगह मैं लिख दूंगा right and we're good to go. थोड़ा और scroll कर देते हैं, आपको clearly दिखेगा. Create some dots for the instrument. अच्छा, सभी instrument के dots बनाएंगे. Okay, so this gray instrument will have some dots. How will we create the dots? So add 5 div elements within your gray instrument element. So ये है हमारा gray instrument element और इसके अंदर हम करने वाले हैं nesting. So I'll write div. I've already copied it, so what I'll do is I'll paste it and now set the class of each. So how many are we supposed to put? So we are supposed to put 5 div elements. So I'll write black hyphen dot. So we have black dot, all 5 div elements within your, okay. Set the class of each to black dot. So इसको मैं copy कर दूँगा. I'll paste this and I'll paste it again, and we have 5 of them now. Great work guys, amazing. So now we're on step 16. You also can keep your eye that nothing has changed yet क्योंकि हमने अभी styles.css file open नहीं की. We just reached the styles.css file now, and now we will put some colors, put some things and this and that and mix and match and stuff. So now we're going to use an ID selector. ID selector के लिए हम लोग पहले डालते हैं hash. What does it say? So create a rule for the element with the ID of white character. So for the ID of white, I'll copy that so that there's no chance of me making any typos. So of white character, I'll put the curly brackets and I'll write with colon 300 px. It will not appear yet. Now also give it a height. The moment I give it a height, I think it should appear. So 550 px and it will appear now. Where has it appeared? So I don't know, somewhere, but maybe I think we'll have to mention the layer first. Anyway, we move to this now. What else are we supposed to put? So we're supposed to put the background color property and we'll give it a color called ghost white. That is cool. Ghost white. I see. Yeah, I missed the color. Oh yes, so it was already there, but we couldn't see it because there was no color. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yep, ghost white, and we have it. That's what ghost white looks like. 300 by 500 pixels. We can check here too. That's what it is right now. Because the width is full for these two elements, the wall and the body, only this will look like it is expanding and closing, expanding and shrinking. Anyway, so डाल दिया है. Let's check whether we've done everything right. That is correct. Congratulations. Now we go to step 17. Move the off-white character. So हम लोग move करने वाले हैं into a place by giving it a position of absolute, of course. So हम लोग move करेंगे जब object को, then we will use absolute as the value and the property as position. So absolute semicolon, and then we'll give it a top value of 20%, semicolon. I missed the semicolon, yep, and we will give it a left value of 17.5%. So that's what it looks like now. That's where it is now. If I remove it, then you can notice that it was here, and now it has moved more to the center. Yeah, great. What else? So let's see. Nope, that's it, and we have the green light. Now we're on step 18. I'll scroll up a little bit so you can see better. Now we're in step 18. What does it say? So using an ID selector, style the element with the ID white hat. So ID selector is of course the hash symbol, and using hash I'll target white hat. We're going to build something for white hat, and we'll give it a width. What will be the width? So it will be 0, and width and height of 0. So height also 0, semicolon, do not forget the semicolon, guys, and a border style of solid. So border hyphen style. Why are we mentioning the style and not only the border? Because we're not going to put 3 values, we're only going to put one value, that is the border style. So this will probably have a border now. So what does this say? So solid, but we haven't mentioned the solid color yet. So you can see, if you zoom in, you can see a small black dot has appeared. That is the border style, but we will also have to mention the thickness so that it looks much more better. Now if I do this, okay, that's what it looks like. थोड़ा और zoom in करेंगे तो आपको clearly दिखेगा. Okay, anyway, we'll go back, we'll check our code. Yep, we're good to go. Now we go to step 19. On step 19, just a second, yeah, it is very hot today somehow. That does not look quite right. It does not, that is true. So what does this say? So that does not look quite right. Okay, so we'll set a border width, border hyphen width, and we'll give it a 0, with मतलब top and bottom 0, and अच्छा सिर्फ top की value हम लोग 0 रखने वाले हैं. So you can see that dot has disappeared from over here, and let's write 120 pixel, then space 140 pixel, and space 180 pixels. Okay, and we can see that this has appeared, and that can, if we think about it, that is a hat, but it doesn't look like a white hat, but it's a hat nonetheless. Okay, so we have given it a border width property, top 0. Great. This is the white hat, and this is not the off-white character. This is the off-white character, and that is the hat. Great. Anyway, moving on. Well, let's go to the next challenge. I'll keep the preview over here for you guys to see. So this is what it looks like now, and we'll go to the step the 20th step. Now you have a large box. We have a large box. Give it a border top color, border right color, and border left color of transparent. Is there a way? What if I write border color and I give it a value of transparent? Will that work? Set the border bottom color to ghost white. Unfortunately, interesting. Maybe that will work. Oh, sorry. And here we'll write ghost white. Will that work? Maybe, maybe not. I can't see, I can't be sure. Let's check. that is incorrect, so we'll have to give it the border top color and our border properties. No problem. Unfortunately, I have to select that thing. Okay. So border top color, transparent, then border, great. So border top, border right, and border left. So right and left. Oh, I see. That's how we create a rectangle. That is so cool. And what will we do? So for border bottom color, we'll make it ghost white. I don't need any of these, so I'll just scroll up a little bit. Okay, I'll write. I don't need to write anything. I'll just change a few things. So now I'll write bottom color, and instead of transparent, it will be ghost white. And it has completely disappeared. Let's check our code. It is completely correct, but this looks weird. Maybe we'll change the color of this transparent thing, this off-white character, maybe in the future. But anyway, what else does this say? So give the hat a position. So we'll make it absolute and we'll move it wherever we want. Top value will be minus 140 px. We can see that now. So we moved it top. Oh, nice. And we'll give it a left value. Oh, not left, sorry. Left value colon 0. So it will move to what? It did not move to the left. Yeah, but it's because it's inside the div. Makes sense. Now we go to the next step. So now we're going to use an ID selector again. For what? We're going to use an ID selector for black mask, curly brackets, width, and 100%. But we haven't added any colors yet. We'll all in due time. So we'll give it a 50 pixels of width worth of height, and a BACKGROUND hyphen color of RGB 45, 31 and 19. So I'll copy this, semicolon. Now we can see that. Nicely done. Moving on to step 23, we are still inside the black mask element, and we'll give it a position of absolute, top and left value of 0. So I don't need to write all of that again. I will copy from here and I'll paste it here. You can see that what I did there, and instead of this top and left value, I can just do that, and I don't need to mention the pixels. Now it's absolutely on top. Now moving on to the 24th step. To ensure you can see the mask, give it a Z index of 1. So yeah, so that's a black mask. Interesting. Off-white character goes white. I don't know, but it will look like something. Maybe it's a Picasso painting, so maybe I can't put it together now. It will happen later. So anyway, let's see what does it say. So Z index, so Z hyphen index, and we'll place it to 1, so we can ensure we see the mask. We can see the mask. Now again we'll create an ID selector for gray, instrument, curly brackets, and inside this we'll give it a, I can copy that, width, height and background color, right? So width, height and background color, copy this and paste that. So width will be 15% now, so 15%. Height will be 40%, so instead of pixels I'll give the percentage sign. That is coming along. and the RGB values will be a little bit different. 117, 162, you can see that color coming, and 167. So 167, that is something pinkish, skinny color. Okay, skin like color. Yeah, it's more pink. Oh, that's not a proper number. That's not an actual number. I see. That is some kind of some shade of green, darker and light, a grayish light shade of green. Anyway, moving on to the 26th step. What does this say? Now we're going to, yep, of course. So to move it, we give it a value, position, POSITION. Oh, sorry, it's cap lock. The caps lock is on. The caps lock button doesn't, the LED doesn't work, but yeah, the caps lock is on. It's off. Position, ABSOLUTE, absolute, and top and left. You know what, I will copy this. Next time I will copy from here to here. I do not want to be doing this. Yep, okay, so position absolute, top value will be 50, so 5 and px, and for the left value will do it 125 pixels. So now it's here. What is this object called? Gray instrument. So that's a gray instrument. I don't believe it, but you guys better believe it. Now we'll set the z index to 1, so z index and 1 semicolon. What if I write 2? Will it be above? What if I write 4? It is still not above this box, but okay, makes sense. Now we go to another, we'll create another, we'll use a class selector. So these guys are being very cool now. So for class selectors, we put a dot, not a hash symbol. So I'll write black hyphen dot, curly brackets. Now set the width, height and background color. I can copy that from here, and it will probably ask us for tell us to put the position in the top left next. So what does this say? We have to set the width to 10px, then height to also 10px, height also to 10px, then this will become 19, this will become 31, 45. Yep, you can see that coming. 10 pixels. Great. Now we're on step 29. We've already finished 29 steps, guys. Nothing to worry about. Do not get scared. It has only been 44 minutes and we've almost finished 30 steps. Nothing, yeah. So don't be worried. We only have 50 more steps to go, 51 more steps to go. Nothing's gonna happen. We will build this design together. So okay, so what does this say? These dots are just a little too square. Give the black dot class a border radius of 50% to fix it. So makes sense. So we'll give it a border hyphen radius property radius colon. Yeah, we're already in the black dot class anyway, and we'll give it a 50% value. Oh, there's no dollar sign. There shouldn't be a dollar sign. And you can see that it has become a dot now. That is very cool. 50%. What if I give it 10%? I see. So these are 5 different dots. Very cool. Very, very cool. So 50%, by when we make it 50%, it is almost a circle. What if I write 100%? It is a perfect circle. 50%, and we can go to the next step. So move the dots into place by setting the display to block, the margin to auto. That is a lot of stuff. So move the dots into place by setting the display to block. Okay, so this won't be absolute mention, guys. Notice, guys. So display to block, semicolon, and margin to auto, and the margin top to 65%. So margin top to colon 65% semicolon. Wow, that is coming along. That almost looks like a dotted instrument, and we can go to the next step. So use an ID selector to style the element with the ID tan table. Okay, so ID selector, of course we use hash, and we'll write tan -table, give it a width. So width, height, and background color, I can copy those. So we'll paste the values here, and for the width we will write, instead of 1 we will put 45, height of 140, and they're using hex code. What happens anyway? So hash D2691E. You can see that is good. We'll probably give it a margin to, what does this say? So move the table by place into place by giving it a position of absolute, top, and left. So let's look for absolute, top, left. I can see position, absolute, and top left, and we'll change the values, of course. So we have given it the position absolute. The top value will be 275, so 275, and left at 15%. Wow, that looks like whatever it is. Okay, so that instrument is coming along, and we can go to the next step. That is a tan table. Why is a tan table here? Weird things. Z index, I'll copy the Z index from here. I'm not going to copy the line break. That is a nightmare. But so one, so yeah, copy and paste, and we can go to the 34th step, and we're back to the index.html file. What does this say? After your div, what is the div's name? Of white character. So this is where the div begins, and that's where, is this where it ends? Nope. Is this where it ends? Nope. And this is where it ends. Of white character. After your div of white character element, add a div with the ID of black character. So off white हमने कर दिया, अब हम black character visit करेंगे. So I'll write black -character. Oh sorry, we're going to give a div, and we'll give it an ID black character. So what we've written should not go to waste. Instead, you can see that. Anyway, instead I'll give it a div value with the ID equals black character, and we'll close the div with a slash, and the text has disappeared, but we have finished the step 34, the 34th step. I can see we have 2 concurrent viewers. Thank you so much for watching, and you can learn freeCodeCamp along with me using a computer, your mobile, and I think they also have an app where you can learn this. So let's go. Within your new black character element, which is the div with the ID black character, we'll add 3 div elements with the following ID values: black hat, gray mask, and white paper. So I'll copy one of these, but we want something with an ID, so I'll copy this with an ID, and we'll change the IDs. Paste. You can see it has indentation again. Oh sorry. Paste. How many are we looking for? So 1, 2, and 3. Now instead of tan table, we'll make it, you can see the tan table has appeared, but don't worry, we'll write black hat. For this we will write gray mask. You can see we're building a character, a black character. A black character has a black hat, they have a gray mask, and they have some white paper with them. Interesting. White paper. Why would you have a white paper? Anyway, that's it, and let's go to the next step. The mask needs eyes. It does. So what will we do to add eyes? Within your hash gray mask element, this is, so when it's hash, it's the id gray mask. So you can see gray mask here. So इसके अंदर हम डालने वाले हैं जो भी id, जो भी div है डालने वाले हैं. So we're going to add two div elements. So what I'll do is I'll paste that text. इसको थोड़ा इंडेंट कर देते हैं. I'll copy this much. अभी tan table की जगह हम लोग क्या क्लास डालेंगे, थोड़ा पढ़ लेते हैं पूरा instead of jumping right in. So the mask needs eyes. It needs eyes. Within your gray mask, add two div elements. ओके, दो div element डाल देंगे. उसका क्लास होना चाहिए eyes left and eyes right. We did come across this before, eyes left and eyes right. So I can copy this text and we'll reuse it. So press back, great, and I'll paste it. Is that indented? Yep, that is indented, and that's what we wanted. Eyes left and eyes right. Nice. On to step 37. We're still in the index.html file, and we're going to use some fonts now. So the I element is used for idiomatic text, idioms, or text that is separate from the normal text content. Okay. Yeah, so that's what it means, that the text that is separate from normal text content. So what kind of text is that? Let's find out. Let me place you. Okay, a little bit. That's much better. So what does this say? This could be for italic text such as scientific terms, or for icons like those provided by Font Awesome. Within your white paper element, so we are in index, and where are we? So within the white paper element, add 4 I elements, give them all a class value of fa music. Okay, let's find out what that will do. So I class equals, in double quotes, fa music. We'll close this tag. It doesn't mention whether it's a self closing tag or not, so I will put the closing tag. And the moment I put the closing tag, what? Interesting. If I don't put the closing tag, it will only appear once. If I do, it appears 4 times. But if I put the closing tag, it appears once. Interesting. What is going on? So what does this do? So let's read further. This special class is how Font Awesome determines which icon to load. Fas indicates the category of icons. Font Awesome Solid. So Font Awesome Solid is that's what it means here. And FA Music selects the specific icon. So that's the icon that we selected, the music icon, the musical note icon. So Font Awesome Solid. Great. Let's check. And it is not correct. Why? Let's find out. Oh, we are supposed to add 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now you can see 4 horizontally aligned, and we are good to go. So many divs. Now we're going to place this on top. Probably, I think you saw those musical these icons earlier in the preview. So देखते हैं वो कहाँ से use करते हैं. Just a second. The earphone keeps hanging. I'll place it here. Much better. So what does this say? Use an ID selector. ID selector is so we use the hash for to select an ID, and we'll write black hyphen character and put the curly brackets with height and background color. So we are in the style CSS and we have been using this with height. We have been mentioning this for a long time, but this is RGB, so मैं RGB वाला लूँगा, की values वाला text copy करूँगा. So I'll take that, I'll scroll down and paste it, and you can see 45 31 19. I copied the correct that's a coincidence, but that worked. Yeah, that worked to my favor. Okay, so 300 px width and height is 500 px, and you can see something has appeared which has the same color as this, so that's why it looks like it's the same, but it is probably a rectangle judging by the width and the height. Anyway, that's what we're supposed to do, and we're done, and we go to the next step. Step number 39. Move the black character element into a place by saying, okay, yeah, position top and left. We can also copy this where it mentions the percentage. So let me just go up. Do no, okay, yeah, I can use this position absolute, and it says 0 0, so I can reuse that quickly. So I'll paste this, and it says absolute, and for top it should be 30%. 0% का हम लोग चेंज कर देंगे to 59, not 590, 59. And you can see that it has moved to the right. Let's go to step 40 now. Use an ID selector to create a rule for the element with the ID black hat. Okay, again we're using an ID selector, so for an ID selector we use hash. Now we're going to edit the black hat, curly brackets. Inside the curly brackets we will give it a width, height and border style. I'm sure we'll find width, height and border style somewhere. Width and height is easy to find. We have been using we've been giving that property to each and every CSS rule so far. What else? So border style will be hard to find, but it is somewhere in here. Border style, where are you? क्या छे तू? Border style solid, great. इसको copy कर देते हैं, ये line को, not the line break please. And we come back here, we press enter and we press space, no space, we press backspace. और हमें solid ही चाहिए था. Now we'll change the width from 300 to 0 and again 500 to 0. And you can see this has appeared. Okay, so the black hat. Anyway, let's move to the next step. So now we're going to set the border width to this. Is there a border width anywhere? Anyone? Border width. Hey, किसी के पास? Yep, we have this line. We'll not copy the line break. और हम यहाँ पे जाएंगे and we'll paste that. That's an extra space. Now what does this say? 150 pixels and 300 pixels. That's it. So 300. क्या करेंगे इसका? 140 है ना, इसको मैं कट कर दूंगा. So oh sorry. So 150. I can cut this. I'll put it 0. Remove that. Paste that. And there we have it. And you can see this hat. I'll open preview for you guys so you can see it much better. So this is what it looks like. So this is a white character with a hat and a mask, and this is a table. So somehow the table is on top of this person, and this is a black character with some musical notes around him, and that is black hat. Okay, let's go to the next step. So step 42, just like your white hat, you should style the border for the black hat element. So border top color, border right, border bottom transparent and border left. So ऊपर जाएंगे and we'll copy the values. We'll copy these values and we'll paste it, not the position, sorry. We'll copy from top to left and we'll paste it here and we'll change the values to our fancy. So border top color, border top, border right and border bottom. So border bottom, okay, they're supposed to be all transparent, so I'll write transparent, and for left color I will put the RGB function 453119. We have that RGB function 453119 here. I'll copy and paste it. Of course we've passed the test, and you can see now the color has blended with the black character. Moving on, it sure is hot out here, isn't it? Ain't it? Now we go to step 43. What does this say? So okay, so what does this say? Now position the black hat element. Okay, just a second, that is a lot. So yeah, cracking the knuckles is a guilty pleasure of mine. Anyway, what does this say? So now position the black hat element, position top and left. We will also copy that from here. It is pixels, it is in the size of pixels. So हम क्या करेंगे, ऊपर यहाँ पे जो है इसमें भी इन्होंने pixels और 0 को यूज़ किया था. So ये मैं copy कर दूँगा and I'll paste it here. So position absolute with a top of 50. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, sorry. Instead of pressing delete, I pressed the end button, so it took me to the end of a line. So it should be 50 and left should be 0. So now we can see that person whatever this is, it has become. Okay, and we can go to the next step 44, using an ID selector. So for ID selectors we have the hash sign, and what are we going to select? So we're going to select the gray mask. In the curly brackets we will give it a width, height and background color. Background color is using the RGB function, so we'll look for that value. This does, so we can copy this much. We'll scroll down, that's scrolled a little bit too far, and we'll paste that text. थोड़ा पीछे रहता हूँ. और क्या चाहिए इनको? width 150 चाहिए, so 150, height भी 150 चाहिए. That can also be taken care of. Now you want it 117, 162, 167. I think we have these values somewhere, 167, 162 and 117. So 117, 117, 162, 117. Yep, we have this RGB function. Yep, so we're going to copy this and we'll paste that. Okay, so instead of this we'll paste this RGB function, and you can see these must be, yeah, that is a gray mask. It does not look like a gray mask, but who are we to judge? It's art. Now we're on step 45. I think we're halfway there. I can see Bihar Panther. Hello Bihar Panther. Hello brother. Thank you for watching the video. आप भी अगर कर रहे हैं ये फ्री कोड का कैंप, तो फ्री कोड कैंप का कोर्स, तो यू कैन जॉइन मी. आप मेरे वीडियो को देखते देखते ये कर सकते हैं खुद ट्राई, एज लॉन्ग एज यू हैव ये लैपटॉप की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आप फ़ोन से भी ये कर सकते हैं. जो भी मैं आपको करके दिखा रहा हूँ आप फ़ोन से भी सीख सकते हैं. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द सपोर्ट मिस्टर बिहार पैंथर. नाउ मूविंग ऑन टू स्टेप 45. हमने सो इट सेड वी हैव टू डू टिल 89 स्टेप्स, एंड हमने 45 स्टेप्स कर लिए. सो वी हैव डन 50% ऑफ दिस. हेलो, ओह ग्रेट, वी हैव अनदर कमेंट फ्रॉम बिहार पैंथर. यस, BCA के स्टूडेंट हो भाई, क्या बात है. तो आपने HTML सीख लिया होगा. आप अगर आपको कुछ यहाँ पे आता है, अगर मैं कहीं अटक जाता तो मैं आपकी सलाह लूँगा. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर सपोर्ट. प्लीज़ अगर आप लाइक कर सकते हैं, सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं. इफ़ यू हैव एनीथिंग, एनी पॉइंटर्स, फील फ्री टू टेल अस. सो लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेप. हम लोग स्टेप 45 पे थे. क्या बता रहा था ये? सो हम लोग ग्रे मास्क एलिमेंट में हैं. बाय सेटिंग पोजीशन टू एब्सोल्यूट, टॉप to -10 and left. So अब लोग अभी हम वापस ढूंढेंगे and I can see we have position, absolute and the values top and left. यहाँ पे भी top and left ही है, so I'll just copy and paste it. हो गया. So I don't need to do that. And you can see हमने इसकी position change move कर दी है. That is very cool. अभी हम लोग left value 70 pixels करेंगे, 70 px, and for top it will be 10%, -10%. तो ये mask अभी यहाँ पे आ गया. Interesting. What is going on? Is that a flute? Is that a flute? Musical instrument? I don't know what's going on. Oh, we have another comment from Bihar Panther. कौन सी लैंग्वेज सीख मैं थोड़ा दिख नहीं रहा. लेट मी गिव मी अ सेकंड प्लीज़. कौन सी लैंग्वेज सीख लिए हो भाई, क्या मुझे सिखा सकते हो? अरे भाई हम भी सीख रहे हैं, हम आपके सामने ही सीख रहे हैं क्या करते हैं. ऑल थैंक्स टू योगेंद्र सर, उन्होंने ही मुझे ये फ्री कोड कैंप वेबसाइट दिखाई थी एंड उन्हीं की मदद से मैं ये सीख रहा हूँ. सो वेल आती तो सिर्फ HTML है, वो भी कच्ची पक्की, अभी सीख रहे और सीखते सीखते समझा रहे. तो जो यहाँ पे लिखा है वो स्टेप्स को फॉलो करते हैं. मुझे भी पूरा नहीं आता बट वो स्टेप्स को फॉलो करते हैं और याद रखते हैं कि हमने क्या क्या किया था, उसी को फॉलो करके करते हैं. और जहाँ हो सकता है उतना कॉपी पेस्ट करते हैं, तो कॉपी पेस्ट करते होता है. मैं भी सेम, क्या बात है. और HTML and CSS का कोर्स चल रहा है. सो ये फ्री कोड कैंप में ये फ्री में सिखाते हैं हमें. एंड राइट नाउ मैंने ऑलमोस्ट आई थिंक आई कैन से मैंने 50% ख़त्म कर दिया है. क्या बात है. W3 स्कूल्स, परफेक्ट ब्रो. W3 स्कूल्स को यूज़ करके ही मैं गाइडेंस लेता हूँ. उसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें उन्होंने बहुत क्लियरली समझाई है. दैट इज़ ऑल्सो ए गुड सोर्स. और मैं रेगुलरली मेरे लाइव वीडियोज़ में भी W3 स्कूल्स को रेफ़र करता हूँ. मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आता फ्री कोड कैंप में कि ये कैसे करने का, देन आई यूज़ दैट. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर सपोर्ट. बिहार पैंथर, क्या आप बड़ौदा से हैं? आर यू फ्रॉम गुजरात? आर यू इन गुजरात? इट सेज बिहार पैंथर, सो यूर प्रॉब्ली फ्रॉम बिहार. तो आप क्या अभी कौन से सिटी में पढ़ रहे हैं? प्लीज़ बताइए कमेंट्स में. प्लीज़ शेयर योर व्यूज़. थैंक यू. सो क्या है, एंड वन मोर थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू मेंशन, फ्री कोड कैंप में सिर्फ HTML CSS नहीं पढ़ाते, वेल सिखाते. आपको खुद सीखना पड़ता है. बट यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे, इफ़ यू गो टू मेन्यू एंड यू गो टू करिकुलम, तो आपको ये सारे कोर्सेज सिखाते हैं. हर एक चीज़. रिस्पॉन्सिव वेब डिज़ाइन के अंदर HTML CSS आ गया. जावास्क्रिप्ट डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, उसके अंदर क्या लैंग्वेजेस आते हैं पता नहीं. फ्रंट एंड डेवलपमेंट, लाइब्रेरी सर्टिफिकेशन, डेटा विजुअलाइजेशन, ये सारे कोर्सेज इसमें अवेलेबल हैं. और मैंने तो अभी पहला वाला शुरू किया है, विच इज़ रिस्पॉन्सिव वेब डिज़ाइन, जिसमें सिर्फ HTML CSS लगता है. बट अगर आप उनको ओपन करके देंगे तो आपको सब समझ आएगा कि क्या क्या सिखाते हैं. क्या बात है. यू हैव अनदर कॉमेंट. आप बिहार में ही है, क्या बात है. अमेजिंग. बड़ौदा में मेरी दी रहती है, क्या बात है. सही है, क्या बात है. अमेजिंग सर. एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर सपोर्ट. आप ऐसे ही वीडियोस देखते रहिए. आपको भी कुछ समझ ना आए तो प्लीज़ कमेंट करिए. एंड आई विल कंटिन्यू विथ दिस. सो वी वर एट, सो आई क्विकली गिव यू दिस. सो मैंने I'll scroll up. सो रिस्पॉन्सिव वेब डिज़ाइन में मैंने इतने सारे कोर्सेस 2-3 दिनों में ख़त्म कर लिए. आप उनके सारे वीडियोस देख सकते हैं लाइव. मैंने हमारे स्पोकन एसेस चैनल पे सब मेंशन किया है. और ये सब सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोजेक्ट्स, दिस. और अभी हम लोग एक पिकासो पेंटिंग बना रहे हैं. सो आई विल कंटिन्यू विथ दिस, बट फील फ्री टू आस्क एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस. एंड थैंक यू फॉर लिंकिंग अप. और हम अभी 45 नंबर स्टेप को कंटिन्यू करेंगे. ग्रेट. So position the gray mask element by setting position to absolute top left. Okay, so ये हमने कर दिया था, but I think वो सेव नहीं हुआ था. So I'll copy this, position absolute, paste this. So absolute value आ गई. इसको मैं नए टैब में ओपन करके रखता हूँ तो आपको क्लियरली दिखेगा. So ये इसकी पोजीशन है. अभी हम लोग इसको चेंज करेंगे from -150 to -10. Great. And left to 70 pixels, so 70 px, and you can see इसकी position change हो गई है. It has moved from the little bit more from top to more to the center. Great. ये हो गया and we have a green light. What else? So we are on step 46, using an ID selector, create a rule for the ID white paper. So ID selector के लिए हम लोग hash use करते हैं, hash and white hyphen paper, and we'll put the curly brackets and we'll set the width, height and background color to ghost white. So we already have a background color ghost white, so हम लोग ढूंढेंगे उसको, ghost white की value कहाँ पे है. We'll find it here. Yes, हमने ऑफ वाइट कैरेक्टर में वो वैल्यूज़ यूज़ की थी. एंड ऑफ कोर्स मैं विथ और हाइट चेंज कर दूंगा, बट या दैट वर्क्स. सो आई विल पेस्ट दिस. यहाँ से मैं हटा देता हूँ स्पेसिंग, दैट लुक्स इवन. क्या बता रहे हैं? सो विथ में आई चेंज द विथ टू 400 पिक्सल्स, द हाइट टू 100 पिक्सल्स एंड द बैकग्राउंड कलर टू गोस्ट वाइट. ग्रेट, वी हैव अ ग्रीन लाइट. और यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है ये आ गया है. दिस इज़ व्हाट वी कॉल वाइट पेपर. सो एक वाइट पेपर अपीयर हो चुका है. क्या दिखा रहा है? सो ओह, वी हैव अनदर कमेंट फ्रॉम बिहार पैंथर. हेलो, क्या है? सो फ्री कोड कैंप एक्चुअली में फ्री है या फिर सब्सक्रिप्शन लेनी पड़ेगी? ब्रो, कम्प्लीटली फ्री. फ्री फ्री फ्री, कहीं पे भी पैसे मेंशन नहीं किए गए. आप अभी मेरे डिस्क्रिप्शन में ओपन करके शुरू कर सकते हैं. देयर इज़ नो कोड, देयर इज़ नो कूपन, देयर इज़ नथिंग इन्वॉल्व. आप अभी अपने फ़ोन में ओपन कर सकते हैं, या फिर आपके पास अगर कंप्यूटर हो, लैपटॉप हो, मोबाइल कुछ भी हो, तो उसमें आप सर्च करिए फ्री कोड कैंप, आपको दिख जाएगा. एंड आप उनकी वेबसाइट पे जैसे ही जाएंगे वो दिखाएगा गेट स्टार्टेड इट्स फ्री. आई विल शो यू राइट नाउ इफ़ यू डोंट बिलीव मी. तो यहाँ पे लिखा है गेट स्टार्टेड इट्स फ्री, एवरीथिंग इज़ फ्री, नो सब्सक्रिप्शन. So yeah, that I hope that answers your question. And guy, भाई आप अब मेरे वीडियोस पे देख सकते हैं लाइव वीडियोस. मैं कुछ दिनों से यही कर रहा हूँ. Oh great, okay, so I'm starting it from today. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support man. आप मेरे वीडियोस को देख के अगर आपको कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है तो मेरे एक्सप्लेनेशन आप देख सकते हैं. अगर आपको मेरे एक्सप्लेनेशन कंफ्यूजिंग लगता है तो फिर आप मुझे बता सकते हैं. यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट मी. हमारे इंस्टाग्राम पेज यहाँ पे मेंशन किया गया है नीचे, जो ये spokenessays लिखा है यहाँ पे. सो यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट अस. आप ईमेल कर सकते हैं आपको कोई भी क्वेश्चंस हो. थैंक यू सो मच एंड आई होप यू सब्सक्राइब. ग्रेट. सो वी आर ऑन स्टेप 46. ये हमने फिनिश कर दिया. नाउ वी गो टू स्टेप 47. सो व्हाट डज दिस से? गिव द हैश वाइट पेपर. हैश वाइट पेपर बिकॉज वी आर स्टिल इन हैश वाइट पेपर. And we'll give it a position of absolute top and left values. So देखते हैं. ये सब तो absolute values हम लोग यहाँ से भी copy कर सकते हैं. And we will, so that it saves time. If you've already written it, आप थोड़ा उसमें सिर्फ थोड़ा थोड़ा tweak करना है, so then you don't need to write it. We have another comment, design with Mahi. Oh, thank you so much Mahi, thank you so much for your support, thank you so much. ऐसे ही आप सपोर्ट करते रहिए. आपको और भी मज़ा आएगा तो प्लीज़ बताइए. अगर ऐसे ही मेरे ट्यूटोरियल्स पसंद आते तो प्लीज़ कीप वॉचिंग देम, प्लीज़ सपोर्टिंग, प्लीज़ आस्क योर फ्रेंड्स टू सपोर्ट मी एंड होपफुली लेट्स कंटिन्यू. होपफुली लेट्स कंटिन्यू. एनीवे, सो ये क्या बता रहा है? सो अ टॉप of 250 pixels, so 250 pixels and a left of minus 150 pixels. Great, हमने कर दिया है. Then we can go to the next step. So step 48, set the z index of white paper element to 1. Yeah, so we have been using z index for a while now. And so अभी हम लोग किसकी करेंगे वैल्यू? We'll change the white paper's index to 1. So that it stays on top. So tab for indentation and we'll write z hyphen index and put the colon and we'll paste it 1. ये जो मैंने लिखा, I can also copy this. We have written it several times, so I didn't really need to write it again, but I can copy it from here. So 3 left mouse clicks. Anyway, so ये मैंने डाल दिया है and we can go to the next step. So now we are on 49. Font awesome icons come with their own styling. Excuse me. Font awesome icons come with their own styling. Okay, to define the icon. By the way, this is what it looks like now. Define the icon. However, you can still set the styling yourself as well. to change things like the color and size. Okay. अच्छा, तो आइकॉन के कलर और साइज़ चेंज करने तो हम कर सकते हैं. What else does it say? So for now, use a class selector to target the icons with the class fa-music. So हम लोग class selector के लिए dot mention करते हैं पहले, and after the dot we write the name of the class. So fa-music, then curly brackets, and we'll probably change the color of this icon. Okay, what does this say? So set the display to inline block. This is new. हम लोग ने कभी display inline block, well, we have been doing it for the previous projects, but not this one, so I'll mention it. Inline hyphen block semicolon, oh there is a typo, inline block and margin top. मैं प्रीव्यू यहाँ पे ओपन रखूँगा so that you guys can see. This is what it looks like. अरे बाप रे, ये तो पूरा बैठ गया है. I think I should open the preview in a new tab. Yeah, so this is what it looks like now. अभी हम लोग मार्जिन टॉप डालेंगे. मार्जिन टॉप की वैल्यू क्या है? 8% and semicolon, and we'll also give it a margin left value. So for margin left we will give it 13%. 13% डाल दिया, and you can see इसका evenly spacing हो गया है. It looks weird, maybe उसकी size थोड़ी बड़ी करनी पड़ेगी, but that's also good. Now we can go to the next step. Step 50. तो हम लोग जाएंगे below black character element. So we are back to the index.html file. और क्या बता रही है? So below your black character element, which is this. ये तो पूरा div है यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक. अरे बाप रे. So off white character, that's too much. Yeah, I scrolled a little bit too much. तो इतना ब्लैक कैरेक्टर है. अभी इस एलिमेंट के नीचे हम एक और div बनाएंगे, डिविजन. सो डिविजन ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट, हम क्या इसको कुछ देने वाले हैं. इसको क्लास देंगे ब्लू, BLUE, and we'll close the tag, and we're supposed to add 2 div values. So इसको मैं closing tag दे देता हूँ, div close. Okay, div, okay, close, and copy and paste. इसको paste कर दिया. And what else? So below your, okay, to 2 new div elements. This will be the shawl. अच्छा, अभी हम लोग इस पे I think अभी हम लोग shawl रखने वाले हैं. No problem, shawl भी रख देंगे, don't worry friend. Give them both a class of blue. दे दिया class. Then give the first one an ID of blue left. अच्छा, ये blue right and blue left ID कहीं पे है हमारे पास. Class, अच्छा, so what I'll do is, what will I do? So instead of class मैं ये copy कर देता हूँ, eyes left and eyes right. अच्छा, blue left and blue right. No problem, I'll type this because it's for the first time. Equals to, in quotes, blue hyphen left and then blue hyphen right. So after this, so instead of left I will write right, and कुछ और बाकी लगता है. And the second a value, an ID of blue right. शायद कुछ गलती कर दी है, पढ़ते हैं वापस. We will not look at the hint now. So below your black character element, add 2 new div elements. तो 2 div डाल दिए. These will be the shawl. ठीक है, ये shawl होंगे. Give both of them a class of blue. दोनों को class दे दिया blue, BLUE. Then give the first one an ID of blue left. ये भी ID दे दिया, blue hyphen left, and the second an ID of blue right. So where am I missing? देखते हैं ना, div, इसका कलर अलग है, इस div का कलर अलग है. थोड़ा और स्क्रॉल ऊपर करते हैं. So div class blue. I see, yeah, ये मैंने closing tag में ये symbol नहीं डाला. I'm so sorry. अब हो गया, great. अब हम जाएंगे step 51. Guys don't worry, 41 या 51 पहुँच गए. अभी तो 83 क्या ही है, थोड़े टाइम में ख़त्म हो जाएगा, don't worry. So what does this say? Use a class selector to target the new elements with the class blue. Okay. So अभी हम लोग वापस styles.css फाइल में आ चुके हैं. हम लोग class selector यूज़ करेंगे. So for class selectors we use dot blue. So for this we will select the blue. So हम लोग अभी इसको target करने वाले हैं. In the curly brackets we will set the background color to this. So I hope we have something with hash. So अगर वो hash की value अगर मिल जाती है तो हम लोग उसको copy करके paste कर देंगे. So hash, give me some hash. Okay, background color this. Do not copy the line break. And यहाँ पे मैं post कर दूँगा, paste कर दूँगा. And instead of this, so 1e, I can use 1e. 1e के बाद लिख देंगे 90 ff. And we're good to go. You can see that the shawl has not appeared yet because we haven't positioned it yet. Anyway, so we move to step 52. In the 52nd step, we're going to select an element with the id. So id select करते तब hash use करते. I'll write blue hyphen left not the semicolon, we put the curly brackets first, and in the curly brackets we will give it a width and height. So width height हमने बहुत बार लिखी है, so we can copy it from here till here and we can paste that. ये width को हटा देते हैं. Okay, मतलब not width को हटा देते, width के पीछे की gap हटा देते हैं, so it looks even. Now we change the width to from 400 to 500. वो कॉपी किया था इसलिए, and from 100 to 300, and you can see this box has appeared. And probably the next step is to change the position to absolute. Let's see. देखा, position to absolute and top and left. So मैं वापस scroll up करूँगा and I'll copy these values, position left, top and left, and let's paste it. So यहाँ पे tab डाल दिया. We use tab for indentation. Now set the position to absolute for top. Instead of 20 pixels, it will be now 20%. 20% अभी हमने change कर दिया है, and we will also make the left 20%. So इसको भी मैं copy कर देता हूँ, and we'll change this to 20% too. And we can see इसका position change हो गया है. Now it has become a shawl. Is this person lying down on a table? I really don't know what is going on. You know what, guys, give me a second. I just noticed ये बहुत dark हो गया. You guys you can barely see me. तो मैं light on कर देता हूँ. Just a second. Yes. Okay. Yes, so great work so far. You guys can see the light now, and you guys cannot see the light, but yeah, you can see me. Anyway, we are still live. Great. So now set the position to absolute and top 20%. ये सब कर दिया, and you can see 20% यहाँ से यहाँ पे move हो गया, and we can go to the next step. So we are on step 54. What does this say? So next, target the element with the id blue hyphen right. Okay, that's it. Yeah, so we're going to target an element with the id. So हम लोग जब id को target करते हैं, so we use the symbol hash, and I'll write blue hyphen right, and I'll put the curly bracket. Inside the curly brackets we'll set the width and height to this. So I'll copy the values from here and I'll paste them here. Okay, and instead of 500 it will be 400. You can immediately see the size change. 500 रखता तो इसकी size change हो जाती है. You can see that. So 400 and the height is 300. That's okay. Now we go to step 55. In step 55 it says give blue right. So अभी हम लोग blue right के अंदर ही हैं. क्या बता रहा है ये? This hurts the ear. Anyway, blue right में क्या बता रहा है? So give the blue right element the correct positioning with the position set to absolute top and left to 40%. Okay, so वापस position copy कर देते हैं यहाँ से. You just have to understand what to copy and what to paste. क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ये आप फिर से बिल्ड नहीं करने वाले. सो 50% ईयरफोन थोड़ा एडजस्ट कर देता हूँ, and the left is set to 40%. You can see the change immediately in the preview tab, and let's check. Yep, so far so good. क्या बता रहा है 56 में? below your dot blue elements. So dot blue is this class. When it says dot blue, that means they are referring to a class. Add another div. So हम करेंगे एक और div add करेंगे अंदर, और इसको एक वैल्यू देंगे orange character. So we are back to index.html. So we'll use these brackets of course. So div, and we'll give, अच्छा इसको क्या देने वाले हैं? id देने वाले हैं. So id value will be orange 4-inch character. Yep, I forgot to add the double quotes के अंदर डाल दिया है, and we'll put this div back. I will close this div. So below your blue elements, yep, add another div. We did. Give it the id value. Yep, we did. And we can go to the next step. Step 57. थोड़ा ऊपर कर देता हूँ तो आपको क्लियरली ज़्यादा दिखेगा. वो स्पोकन एसेज वाला दिखता है तो आपको शायद दिख नहीं रहा होगा. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll go full screen. This is what it looks like now. I think it's coming together slowly. क्या है? So what does this say? Step 57, within that orange character element. So इसी के अंदर हम लोग कुछ नेस्ट करने वाले हैं. So we'll use the right indentation. So div के अंदर कुछ क्या है? id values देने वाले हैं. So एक को id लिख के दे देते हैं in double quotes, and we'll also close this div because it's not a self-closing tag. क्या है? Within the orange character, add 4 div elements. Give them the id values of black round hat, eyes div, triangles and guitar in order. So this and this. We हर एक को id दे देते हैं. What will be the id? So first we'll have an id black hyphen round hyphen hat. Okay. Then this will have the id eyes hyphen div. Then triangles. And what is this? A guitar. Oh, guitar. Great. In order. So this is the order, and we can go to the next step. Now we go to eyes div element. So we are still in index element. The eyes hyphen div elements, this is the one, should hold some eyes. So हम लोग eyes left and eyes right class उठाएंगे, मतलब डालेंगे, and we can copy that class because we also mentioned that class somewhere before. So where was it? So I'll have to go up. I think white character में हमने use किया था. So what will we do? So let me scroll up. I can see eyes left, eyes right. They want eyes left and eyes right. So I can copy this div here, and I will paste it here. Inside this, it's important that we are nesting it. Yep, I can see the space. और अभी तक दिखे नहीं है. ठीक है, no problem. We'll find it. But we have added the 2 div elements. Great. I think in styles.css we still haven't gone through eyes and left and right so far, but don't worry. अभी हम क्या करेंगे? Within the triangles div, okay. Within, so हम लोग उसके अंदर indentation डाल के nest करेंगे. You will need to add the elements that will become your triangle. So create 30 div elements and give each of them the class triangle. Class देंगे. So ये id तो है ही. इसको मैं कॉपी करूँगा. What I'll do is press tab and then paste it. Oh, again. Come on. Account for the line breaks. So tab. Come on, dude. Let's paste that. इसको थोड़ा tab कर लेते हैं. So it's indented, and we'll close the div tag. And what are we supposed to do? So instead of id triangle and triangles, we will make this a class, and it's not plural, it's singular. So create 30 div elements. एक div element and give each of them the class triangle. So copy, paste, copy, paste, paste, paste. So we're supposed to make 30 of them. So अभी मैंने 5 बना दिया, अभी मैं 5 को कॉपी करूँगा. ओके, अच्छा ऐसा है, फाइन. सो यहाँ से ले लेते हैं, कॉपी, पेस्ट. 10 हो गए, अभी हमें 30 करना है ना. सो 10 कॉपी कर दिए. सो 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. यप 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 यप. ये हो गए 20 और ये हो गए 30. They're still not visible yet. So let's check our code. Success. So now we are on step 60. And what time is it? So 1.5 घंटा, सिर्फ 1.5 घंटे में हम लोग step 60 पे पहुंच गए guys. That is some next level stuff. So within the guitar element, क्या है guitar element? This is the guitar element. Yeah, it says hash, so it's an ID. Create 3 div elements. चलो 3 div elements बनाते हैं. हाँ, हमने वो 10 को कॉपी कर दिया, so I can't copy that. Give the first to a class of guitar, class value of guitar. So guitar. I have to put it in quotes too, double quotes, and they will then give me first and ID, and then give the first. So एक एक करके जाते हैं ना. इसको ID देंगे guitar hyphen left, second the ID of guitar right, and the third with the value guitar neck. So first को class values देंगे, लेकिन third को class नहीं देंगे class values. So close the div please, copy, paste, paste. So it says within the guitar element create 3 div elements. बना दिए. Give the first to a class value of guitar, दे दिया. Then give the first and ID of guitar left, वो भी दे दिया, and the second and ID of guitar right. So we'll move this, we'll change this to right, add an ID to the third div with the value guitar neck. So instead of left this will become neck. अभी हमें इसमें class नहीं डालना है, well class attribute नहीं डालना है, and should not have the guitar class. Yeah, makes sense. Next. So use another font awesome icon for your guitar inside both the guitar left and guitar right elements. Add an I element and give it a class of faf. So I element बनाएंगे inside this. So they have given us a space I class in quotes faf. Okay, and I'll close this, and we have to mention the closing tag. इसको मैं copy कर दूँगा, and we'll paste that in here. Okay, great. So I think that's it. Guitar left and guitar right. Okay, nice. Now we'll go to step 62. Select your orange character element. We are in the styles.css files. So we're going to select an orange character element with an ID selector. So for ID selectors we use hash symbol. So orange character curly brackets, and we can copy the width, height and background color from above. So width, height and background color, we can use these. So from here till here. Wait, is this a, okay, it's an RGB function, so why not copy an RGB function. So copy this, paste it here, remove. So let's change the width to 150, from 150 to 250, and you can see these small appearing, whatever it is, these small rectangles appearing. Now the height will be 550. I see, you can see that. What is this? That is an orange character, but the color is different. We'll give it a color that is more orangey. So 78, and the color is 42. Yep, you can see it's more, yeah, it's more pink, less orange than pink maybe. Let's find out. So that is the color, and let's check. We have passed it. नाउ ऑन टू स्टेप 63 गाइज. नोटिस हमने ऑलमोस्ट ये ख़त्म कर दिया है. 60 स्टेप्स पहुंच गए. कितने टाइम में? 1 घंटे और 36 मिनट में. दैट इज़ इंसेन इफ यू थिंक अबाउट इट. इंसेन स्टफ मान, इंसेन स्टफ इंडीड. सो और क्या है? सो इट सेज give the orange character element a position of absolute, a top of 25% and a left of 40%. So what I'll do is where will we go? So step 63, where does sorry I got lost. फिर से दिमाग चलाते हैं. अभी हम orange character के अंदर ही हैं. we're going to give it a position of absolute, a top and left value of 25-40%. यहाँ से उठाते हैं. सो लेफ़्ट वैल्यू को मैं फिर से चेंज नहीं करना पड़ेगा. सो आई विल गो हियर. वी ऑलरेडी हैव अ स्पेस. ग्रेट. एंड इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस टॉप 50% विल मेक इट 25%. यू कैन सी यहाँ ऊपर से नीचे आ गया था. इफ़ यू डोंट बिलीव मी, ये यहाँ पे था. ओ इट वॉज हियर बिफोर एंड वी मूव्ड इट अबव. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ 5% पे ये ऊपर था एंड एट 25% it moved a little bit to the center. Nice. So moving on, हम लोग हैं step 64 पे. So out of 89 we have finished 64 steps. That is insane, and in such a short amount of time. So guys, don't worry. 89 steps देखिए, मत डरिए. ऐसा मत सोचिए कि कुछ नहीं होगा, कुछ टाइम कहाँ टाइम चला जाएगा, क्या होगा. Don't worry. And you will not remember all of this while you're doing it. आपको लगातार प्रैक्टिस करनी पड़ेगी. So don't worry. Now we're going to select we're going to select black round hat. और ये ID है. So for IDs we use the ID selector which starts with the hash symbol. We have black round hat. Inside this we'll set the width to width and height and copy. So this color, this number I remember 45 31 19. So ये ढूंढते हैं, कहीं पे ना कहीं पे तो होना ही चाहिए. So 45 31 19, that is close enough, but that RGB function is different. ये कुछ border left color का है, but doesn't matter. Let's copy this first और फिर हम लोग वो भी ढूंढ लेंगे. So I've just put the RGB function for now. This won't do anything. We'll first look for the width, height and background color. So कहाँ पे हो सकता है जिसका this is one, this is the one. ये इसी को उठाते हैं. I should have looked a little bit further. ये मैंने टाइप किया था कुछ टाइम पहले, कुछ स्टेप्स पहले. And we will reuse this. So instead of 300 pixels I will write 180 pixels for width. That's what it looks like now. Then for the height it will be 150, and you can see the height has changed, and the color is 45 31 19. So that is our luck. Great. Arey wow. So that is a third person now. Third character, I would say that there's no person in here. They're mentioning it to characters. Don't worry. So what is this? So step 65 now. क्या बता रहे? So black round hat element. हम लोग black round hat element के अंदर ही हैं. Should probably be round. So we'll give it a border radius. Border radius, I can type it. It is only one property. 50% में वो almost round हो जाता है. You can see it's more like an oval shape than a circle. अगर हम लोग 100% करते हैं तो वो absolutely circle बन जाता है. What? Oh, I have to put the semicolon to. If you notice this, 100%. And if I make it 10%, you will immediately see the difference. Now it is more like a square, more like a rectangle than a circle. Anyway, 50% is the way to go. It is an oval. अभी आपको लग रहा होगा कि ये पूरा स्क्वायर क्यों नहीं है, क्योंकि हमने विड्थ और हाइट अलग अलग मेंशन की है. इफ़ दिस वर 180 पिक्सल्स देन दिस वुड बी ए परफेक्ट स्क्वायर ऑल द वे. अभी मैं अगर इसको 100% कर देता हूँ तो ये ओवल नहीं दिखेगा, ये स्क्वायर दिखेगा. यू कैन सी दिस, सॉरी ओवल नहीं दिखेगा, ये सर्कल दिखेगा. यू कैन सी दैट. So anyway, we move on. यहाँ पे मैंने 180 किया, but उसको मैंने edit किया, फिर भी वो it won't show because we have moved past it. That has disappeared. Okay, yeah. So that is the preview now. That is the black character. That is the white character. This is an orange character. A orange character का कुछ मूछ something. There's something of the orange character. Now we will move background hat element. So इसके लिए अभी हम position, absolute and top and left properties copy करेंगे यहाँ से. I'll place the cursor here and I'll press shift and I'll move the cursor again. I'll scroll down and I'll paste the values here, and you can see that the values need to change. So from top it will from 25% it will become minus 100 pixels. Plus हमें बड़ा रूम में है कोई वांदो नहीं. And minus 100%, yeah, happens. And for left we will make it 5 pixels. You can see it has moved a little bit above. When I point it, I am pointing it towards the screen, so don't get confused, guys. And I can see we have 3 likes. Amazing, guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you Design with Mahi. Thank you for your support. Thank you Bihar Panther for your support. Moving on. क्या बता रहा है? So background hat element in the place of original attribute. ये सब डाल दिया. 100%, 5 pixels, 100 pixels, 5 pixels. We are on step 67 and we are on fire. It's only 1 hour 40 minutes और हमने 67% ख़त्म कर दिया है. Insane. Not 67%, 67 steps, but yeah. Anyway, so we were on black round. We are still on black round hat. This is the black round hat. Although it's not black, it's more brown, but yeah. So क्या है अभी z index -1, तो इसको इसके नीचे place करने वाले हैं, probably below this. So I'll write z hyphen index colon -1 semicolon. And you can see ये पीछे ढक गया है ये shawl के, और ये this character के पीछे ढक गया है. These are all they're all layers, man. Okay, so use an ID selector to create a rule for the element with the ID eyes hyphen div. Okay, that's a new ID, that's a new selector. Well, that's not a new selector, ये तो हम लोग ID selector के लिए hash use करते ही है. But that's a new element, so eyes hyphen div. That is definitely a new eyes hyphen div. Okay, curly brackets, set the width to and width and height. So ये width and height हम लोग यहाँ से copy कर सकते हैं and करेंगे, and we'll paste it. You can see that yeah, थोड़ा backspace. Yeah, the spacing, yeah, it needs work. Now the width is 180 and the height will be 150. You can see these small things changed its position. They are the eyes. They don't look like eyes, but they are eyes, so don't worry. Oh, we have a comment from Soumyajit. Thank you so much, Soumyajit. And you can look what I'm working on. If you have any other questions, you can please ask me, and thank you so much for your support. Step 66 khatam, and we can go to the next step. So now we have step 69. What does this say? So now move the eyes hyphen div element into position with the position set. We can copy and paste this. So we're still in eyes div, but we will copy the position. So display position position to absolute, top and left. So यहाँ से मैं इसको copy कर सकता हूँ, इसको यहाँ से लेके left तक. It will probably ask me to mention the z index next, but we'll go step by step, don't worry. Now we're on step 69. Nice. And we'll change the top to, well, minus 40 pixels. You can see the change, it has moved. पहले ये यहाँ पे था और अब ये यहाँ पे आ गया है. Then for left we will make it 20 pixels. and there's no change. Maybe I'll keep the preview here so that I can see. Oh my god, it's all messed up here. I'll keep it in the next tab. So what changed when I moved it left by 20 pixels? What if I make it 200 pixels? What moves? Eyes div अभी तक क्यों नहीं आया? Maybe because we haven't mentioned eyes-div in the index file, probably. Anyway, we have the green light and we go to the next style. अभी हम लोग eyes div, अच्छा, we're still in the eyes div. We'll give it a z index of 3, so ये top पे दिखेगा. Do not copy the line break. Never copy the line break. So paste, and instead of -1 it will be 3. There's no effect so far. Maybe शायद हमने अभी तक index.html में उसको mention नहीं किया इसलिए. So eyes-div. Anyway, now what does this say? Target the element with the ID triangles. अभी हमने जो 30 triangles copy और paste किए थे वो हम यहाँ पे change करने वाले हैं. And we've reached 71 already, so 18 steps to go. Don't worry guys, I will get you through this, and we will triumph out of this. We will win this. So, and it's only been 1 hour 47 minutes. Wow, that is great speed. So let's go to step 71. क्या बता रहा है? So target the element with the ID triangles. So ID triangles. So this is in ID selector. ID selector में हम hash symbol का use करते हैं. And width and height, I will copy the width and height from above. And you can copy these. And I'll place the cursor, drag the mouse and place the cursor again. And it says width to 250 pixels. So 250 pixels. I still cannot see it. Why can I not? Maybe I should have some patience. So height should be 550 pixels. But the eyes have disappeared. If you notice here that eyes have disappeared. Maybe because we haven't given it any color yet. That's why we can't look at the triangles yet. But don't worry not. Now we'll create a class selector. Class selectors begin with a dot, and for this, so we'll write triangle class. So triangle, curly brackets, width and height. So yeah, it doesn't matter. So width will be 0, height will also be 0. Oh, not height. Where can I see that? Yeah, we haven't given it a color yet, so we can't see it. But I think it will ask us to add the color now. So nope, it will ask us to add the border now. No problem, not worry. So border style, हम लोग border style mention करेंगे, and it will be solid. Notice we aren't using the border property, we're using the border style property. You can see here. This has appeared. Yeah, let's see. So solid, and for the border width, -width colon, we're going to use these 4 values. So 42 pixels for top, 45 pixels for right, 45 pixels for bottom, and 0 pixels for left. And something has appeared. You can see this, whatever that is, and that has appeared. And we have the green light, and you can see guys, CSS में हमने 185 lines कर दिया. If you notice in index.html it's only 92 lines worth of code. So we are doing more with CSS because this involves a lot of different objects, elements, and well, frankly, colors and shapes and sizes. Anyway, we have 4 likes now. Thank you so much for your support guys, I really appreciate it. And we have 2 concurrent viewers. Thank you so much. हमें रोज़ मतलब इन 3 दिनों में मेरे concurrent viewers at least 2 तो होते ही है. So thank you so much. Moving on. So moving on to styles.css. क्या बता रहा है? So give your dot triangle elements. We are in styles, so we should be in dot triangle. We are in dot triangle. That's a class selector. Class selector के अंदर हम लोग क्या बता रहे हैं? So give your, we have to give it the correct color. So border top, border bottom to transparent, and this is gold. So to make it a triangle, we have to set these values. and इसको gold कर देंगे. So what I'll do is I'll scroll up, and यहाँ पे हमने border top color, border right, and ये सब की ये सब values हमने add की थी for black hat. What is the black hat? So this is the black hat, and it was transparent. अभी हम लोग उसको tweak करेंगे. I'll copy these values so that I don't have to write all that border bottom color, border top color, etc. So on and so forth. So क्या बता रहा है? Border top color, border bottom color, and border left color to be transparent, and this should be gold. Which one should be gold? So bottom right color should be gold. So gold यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं. कलर आ गया. ये मैं ट्रांसपेरेंट कॉपी करके यहाँ पे पेस्ट कर दूंगा, and you can see this line has appeared. Well, it's not a line, it is a bunch of triangles, precisely 30 triangles, and we are good to go. Now we are on step 75. क्या बता रहा है? So adjust the layout of the dot triangle elements. So we're still in dot triangle. So I'll indent first. अभी क्या बता रहे हैं? Adjust the layout of the with a display of inline block. We have used display property and the inline block property, but it doesn't matter. I can write it this. So block semicolon save, and you can see ये अभी inline block हो गया है. So yeah, before it was a block, so the blocks were stacked on top of each other, as you noticed in the previous step, but these are now inline and inside a block, so they are a part of a block and they're inline. That is very cool. That is a very cool image. Now we are on step 76. Guys, don't worry, we will be finished with I think 153. So 2 घंटे में तो ये खत्म हो गया. Wow, 89 steps, nothing. Yeah, so but step 76 में भी 2 घंटे, 2.25 घंटे में तो ये खत्म हो गया. एक प्रोजेक्ट करने में 2.25 घंटे में खत्म हो गया. And don't you worry guys, और भी आगे प्रोजेक्ट्स आने वाले, so I will be with you every step of the way. But let's not get nostalgic. अभी ये फिनिश करते हैं. So what does this say? Now use an ID selector. ID selector के लिए hash use करते हैं for guitar. So guitar ID selector curly brackets open, set the width to 100%. So width 100% semicolon and height. So it will also be 100 pixels, and we have the semicolon. And क्या change हुआ इससे? गिटार अभी तक हमने गिटार ऐड किया है? नहीं किया है. Nope, गिटार अभी तक ऐड नहीं किया है, because yeah, and it also doesn't have a color yet. Now we will set the position. So you know what, I'll quickly type this instead of looking for the text. Position and absolute semicolon. There will be a little bit typo, position, so that is not a correct word. Position, yep, position absolute top colon 120 pixels, so 120 px, semicolon left semicolon 0 px semicolon. क्या हुआ? So guitar, we haven't created the guitar yet, so don't worry, but we have set the values. Now moving on to step 78. Guys, 11 steps ही बाकी है, don't worry. And so 11 steps to finish this step, of course. To finish this Picasso painting, of course. आगे और भी आएगा, don't worry. But give the guitar rule a z index value of property of 3. Okay, so z hyphen index colon 3 semicolon, और उसका layer बना दिया है. So 3, it will be on top of anything that comes. इसको थोड़ा zoom कर देते हैं. This is what it will look like. और थोड़ा zoom out कर देता हूँ. So this is what it will look like. it's almost coming together. You can look at it. Wow. Okay, so 79. Now use a class selector to target guitar. Class selector के लिए हम लोग डॉट मेंशन करते हैं पहले, and then we write guitar and put the curly brackets. Curly brackets के अंदर use करेंगे. This will style the two halves of your guitar. Okay. अच्छा. I see. Width 250 pixels and height to height to 120 pixels and background color, so BACKGROUND hyphen color. Oh, I put the semicolon, yeah, put the colon mistakenly. So the color is golden rod semicolon and border radius, so border hyphen radius colon 50%. So what does this do? So border ki radius 50%, so it will look more like a circle. You can see, yeah, it's on your mind, but don't say it. But yeah, that is a weird placement. Anyway, oh, thank you so much, Dad. क्या बता रहे? So width डाल दी, background color डाल दिया. Background color is golden rod. This is that golden rod color, and we're good to go. Now we are on step 80. So what does this say? Select the ID with value guitar left. So ID use करने वाले, so IDs के लिए again we use hash guitar hyphen left curly bracket, and we'll set the position to absolute. Yep, it is true. Absolute semicolon. Oh, it's position. Okay, position to absolute, and we're not going to use the top value. We'll only use the left value for this. So 0 px. What does it look like? We still haven't seen the guitar. Why is it so? Anyway, we can go to 81, guys. 9 steps left. Do not worry. Now what does it say? So select the ID with the value guitar right. So ID selector हम use करेंगे. So GUITAR. Yep, yeah. So GUITAR guitar right. Curly brackets. Inside the curly brackets we will set the position to absolute and left to 100 pixels. So and left value to 100 pixels semicolon. Very nice. And we have the green light, and you can see now these circles have joined together. Okay, and let's go to step 82. Now you need to move the bar icons into place. Okay, we are still in styles.css, don't worry. क्या बता रहे? So create a class selector for fabars class. So class selector, we start them with dot, and we will write fa hyphen bars, curly brackets open, display value to block instead of inline. Oh, we don't use quotes here. क्या change हुआ? Let's find out. Nothing changed so far, but no worry. Margin hyphen top to 30%. So that's that's the FA bars. So font font awesome bars, and margin left. So margin hyphen left to 40%. Oh, okay. And we have the green light again. Now we are on step 83. Step 83. These almost look like eyes, but don't worry, that will be a guitar soon. almost, yeah, we have 7 steps left, 6 steps. What does this say? So use an id selector के लिए हम लोग hash use करते हैं. So id selector for guitar hyphen neck, and we have this curly bracket. We'll set the width to 200 pixels, height to 30 pixels, and background hyphen color to this color, whatever the hex code is. So D2691E semicolon. What changed? So I can see this rectangle has appeared. That must be the guitar neck. We'll probably give it a z index value next. So but first we'll move the position. So position, sorry, position absolute semicolon, and for top we'll give it value of 45 pixel semicolon, and left value 200 pixels. So that's it. Let's see, where is it? So it's here now. Now it does look, yeah, it's coming along greatly. You can see ये गिटार का भी इसने शेप ले लिया है, and you can see this is where we tie the strings. Nice, very nice. Okay, so what will we do now? Let's see. Now we go to step 85. Give the guitar neck element a z index of 3 so that it comes on top. So we are still inside the guitar neck element क्योंकि यहाँ पे मुझे ये curly bracket दिख रहा है. So I'll write z hyphen index with the value 3, and we are good to go. 85. Only 3 more. 3 and I think 4 more. 86, 87, 89. 3 more to go. Well, 4, so 86, 87, 88, 89. Anyway, थोड़ा scroll कर देते हैं, थोड़ा आपको clearly दिखेगा. I can keep the preview over here too, but it's all a little bit mixed up. So instead we'll keep it in the new tab. Let it be over there. Now, क्या है ये? So time to style the elements with the eyes class. So now we'll style the eyes. What does this say? Use a class selector. Class selector के लिए हम लोग dot use करते हैं to set the width. So eyes and curly bracket, and in this curly bracket we'll write width width to 35 px. Where are the eyes? Okay, maybe the eyes aren't here yet. Height to 20 pixels, and background color to 8b4513. So hash 8b4513 semicolon. I can see something has happened over here. If I remove this, yep, something did happen. Command Z, and that has appeared again. You can see this is the eye. Actually, there are the eyes, so this will become the eye of the person. Okay, and we also have to add a few more things. Okay, sorry, I jumped the gun. So we'll also add the border radius so that it looks more round than a square. Radius, DIUS. Oh, sorry, DIUS. Not border radius, sorry about that. Border radius, क्या डालेंगे? 20 pixels, and we're not going to make it solid or anything. 50% semicolon, and you can see these are the eyes. They are the eyes. I did not notice that they are the eyes. Of course. Anyway, thank you so much for your support, guys. Okay, and we are good to go to the step 87. To the 87th step. क्या बता रहा है? Target the class with the value right. Okay. Target the class. So class selector रखेंगे for right. and curly brackets, we'll set the position to absolute, and we'll give it the top property, the value 15 pixels, and right property, the value of 30 pixels. That is for the right eye. This is the right eye, this is the right eye. इसकी वैल्यू थोड़ी नीचे कर दी, इसका पोजीशन थोड़ा नीचे कर दिया, if you notice. Now we'll create another class for the left eye. So left, the class is defined, so we use the class selector, and we'll set the, what are we going to set? So wait a second, it has, oh, it's already 2 hours, but we're there yet. We only have 2 steps left, and 2 घंटे में हमने ये ख़त्म कर दिया. क्या बात है. So let's finish this. What does this say? So for the class with value left, create the selector and set the position to absolute. So position absolute semicolon, then top 15 pixels, left to 30 pixels. क्या दिखा रहा है? I see that. You can see this. This is an eye mask. I see it. That is a person, that is the person's mask, and that is their eye. Wow, okay. And this person has a cap, and they're playing a guitar. Very cool. This white person is wearing a shawl of some kind. Okay. So ये हमने डाल दिया 15-30 pixels, and we can go to the last step. We are done. We have one more step to go. Yeah, this is the last step, but after that we are done. So one last step. The font awesome icons are a little too small. Yes, छोटे दिख रहे हैं. ये भी छोटा दिख रहा है. So we will target all of them with a class selector for fast. So fast, FAS, font awesome, and we'll give it the curly brackets. So font hyphen size colon 30 pixels. You can see the size has improved, and this looks more realistic now. You can see that. Wow. And that's done. We are done with the Picasso painting. This is what the painting looks like. Look at that. That is amazing. We made all of this using CSS. That is some next level stuff, man. Great stuff. So if I press command enter, it will show me nicely done. Of course, you completed learn intermediate. Thank you so much. And we see a keyboard now. So we're supposed to build a keyboard for our next project. That is very cool. Thank you, mummy. Thank you for supporting me. And this is the preview. Before we start this project, I'm going to take a quick break. Why don't you guys also take a quick break? You can refresh yourselves, you can have some water, and I will be back in 10 minutes. What time is it now? It is 8:10. So just give me a second, guys. Why don't you listen to the music for a while, and I will be back. Hello guys, welcome back. I just took a quick break, and so far we have finished this many projects today. So I'll quickly show you my main screen, and क्या मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ कि हमने आज तक इन 3 दिनों में क्या क्या लर्न कर लिया है. So we built a cat photo app, we built a cafe menu, then we built a set of colored markers, registration form, then certification project. It's still left. We are going to cover that one day. Cover all the projects together. Then Rothko painting, then a photo gallery and a nutrition label. Then we built a quiz. Then we also built a certification project. We left that certification project for the next part. But then we also built a balance sheet. Then we also built a Picasso painting. Then we all then after that we are going to learn how to build a piano. So piano के बाद certification project वापस आ जाएगा. So we're going to build a piano next. So this is what the piano's preview is, what our preview is like. So this is very sophisticated. You can see the borders of this thing. यहाँ पे borders है, यहाँ पे borders है, यहाँ पे curved borders है, I should say. And we have this background of black colors. That is very cool. So is box. So how many boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 of them. Anyway, yeah. So this is what we're going to build, and this is the logo FreeCodeCamp. This is that SVG file that we came across in a few projects earlier. Anyway, before so I think I will end this today with the Picasso painting, and we will build this. We'll get right into this tomorrow in the morning, and we'll start building this keyboard immediately. And thank you so much for watching, all of you guys. Right now I can see that no one's there, but I'm sure in the future whoever's looking at these live videos will appreciate what I have been doing. Maybe they will, maybe they will not. And in any case, thank you so much for your support, guys, and keep showering me with love, and keep showering this channel with love. And hopefully someone will donate to the channel, to our Patreon page, or donate to our UPI ID. And hopefully we'll also help get to build this channel with you guys, and we'll have more people explain to you what this course does, what we do. And thank you so much for watching these videos. Now without further ado, I will finish this. I'll finish this live video, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.